So yeah, thank you, Richard. Thank you for taking the time to join this call. I'm Puga Shankar. I'm the principal with the company, and the way, right, we kind of see this as, we build race cars, but we don't get to drive them. You guys drive them, right? So so it's always a little bit of a jealousy as well. You guys get to have all the fun. So that's why this feedback is very important for us. So if you could please introduce yourself and the day-to-day activities that you deal with, and your organization, and we can get started there.
Yeah, for sure. My name is Richard Hardin. I'm a senior manager, DC Systems with Highline Warren.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and what do you guys do? How is LoadProof come into your day-to-day activities, operations?
Yeah, so we have a very large uh, or different types of customers. We have lots of customers, and we service everybody from a mom and pop. Well, let me back up. We're in automotive aftermarket, so pretty much anything you see on like an AutoZone or an O'Reilly's floor.
Okay.
Or another way to look at it would be anything at the car dealership. So filters, motor oil, fluids, additives, anything like that. We either we're a distributor of, or we actually manufacture it ourselves. We have a couple private label brands that we own. But all that being said, we've got a key group of customers that can pose a lot of challenges just based on our agreement with them, with their vendor compliance, and all that being said is that usually what that means in layman's terms is that they ding us for every little mistake they make.
Yeah.
It's source of it's a revenue source, right?
Yeah.
So when we make an error, that's a deduction on the invoice, and so we were. For lack of better words, getting taken advantage of. We definitely had some buttoning up to do on our side. There was definitely tons of opportunity to really look at our process and get better.
Yep.
I run when I'm not working on projects. I run a warehouse, and our focus is our retail customers. So these bigger. Brick and mortars and e-com businesses, and it was very apparent that we needed something. We needed something just to track and prove that we were meeting their compliance, and we just needed a way to kind of essentially fight back. And that started with just taking photos with a tablet or a phone and storing it on a share drive. And that was a good first step for us, but we also just needed a finished product, and saving a file or like a PNG file or whatever onto a share drive was not user friendly if we needed to go back and find that photo for some type of dispute or whatever. And so we just started. Another coworker of mine had come across LoadProof. I don't remember how he did, and we just started talking about it and started doing our due diligence and doing research. And LoadProof offered and was able to kind of check all the boxes of information we needed. And then from there, it just kind of snowballed, and we're already looking at phase 2 and phase 3 of adding different customers to our program, using it in different areas of the warehouse, whether it be like a receiving thing or like a gettable walk. Our manufacturing is going to be the next move for us, is we're going to put manufacturing on LoadProof.
Great.
They have similar challenges.
Great.
But it just once we did a little bit of research, it became very, very apparent that like LoadProof was like a super easy and user-friendly tool. And it didn't require a lot of background work as far as share drives and just system setups, all the challenges you have when you're implementing some type of new software. It's simplest form is an app on a phone, and you log in on a computer to desktop.
Great, great. That's that's typically what many of our customers go through. The legal retailer,
Yeah.
chargebacks, penalties, fines. Those were the biggest. That was the starting point for you guys. Great. You know, how is LoadProof, improved things for you guys, right? How was, before LoadProof, how was it, and after LoadProof, how is it better? If you could please talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. So it's better for us because I mentioned this a little bit earlier, is it allows us to capture more data. It's not just a photo.
Yeah.
So now I'm able to tie multiple photos to a customer, an order number, a tracking number, a PO number. And then a big win for us is now I can share this information with our internal partners and external partners. So we're using it in a distribution setting,
Yep.
but we're also using it in customer service.
Yep.
We're using it in transportation to dispute freight claims.
Yep.
The biggest thing for us is it gives us it's just another tool that validates our efforts.
Yeah.
So end of the day, it's frustrating that these customers, or we feel like we're getting taken advantage of, but at the end of the day is like, we need this customer, they need us, and
Yeah.
we want to work with them, obviously. So we just it was an opportunity, I mentioned this earlier, it's an opportunity to just be better.
Correct.
And as a business.
Yeah.
Even
Even holding your people accountable, your shipping team, the packing
100%.
team, the whatever, right, the loading team, right, holding those guys
something
accountable.
that we didn't ever think about. Like we were so fixated on the customer and pleasing the customer, or defending ourselves with the customer. We didn't realize that this is a great tool to hold our employees accountable, and it elevated their level of work. And I always tell my employees,
Yeah.
hey, it's quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
I don't care how many orders you do a day.
Yep.
I want all orders to be perfect.
Yes.
I want them to look a certain way. I want them to be stacked a certain way, wrapped a certain way. So we have our expectations, and it's for us in this retail environment, it's quality, not quantity, all day.
Yeah.
So it was something that's we weren't even thinking about that. We were so kind of tunnel vision on fixing the customer, the external customer, that is now it's a way I can track my employees. If I continue to get claims or disputes, I can go back into LoadProof.
Yeah.
I can look at the order, then I can match that up with my WMS, and I can see who's picked the order.
Yeah.
And it can be a coaching opportunity if I need to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
that's the way to look at it.
That was a huge win. That
So you guys didn't expect this. This was kind of a surprise when you put the system, and the employees' quality of work has improved quite a bit.
Yeah, it wasn't even we've got some other tools in the warehouse for picking that we use, we use voice picking.
Yeah.
And that was very much employee driven.
Yeah.
We wanted quality, not quantity. We wanted accuracy to be, we had our metrics of being our pick rates and things like that. So we've got other tools in the warehouse that help address that. But we didn't even think that LoadProof it just it wasn't on that. Well, that wasn't a focus, but it's been a huge success because again, when our employees drop off pallets, because they're picking, each order is 3 or 4 pallets, and they're dropping those pallets off.
So they're doing voice picking with what, Vocalect, something like that?
Yeah, it's called Voxware.
Voxware, okay.
Yeah, it's but they have headsets and they have handheld devices.
So you guys are using Voxware to ensure your picking accuracy is so much better, right? It's 99%. That's the typical result of voice systems. So you guys are seeing a pretty nice jump in terms of the quality of the pallets that were prepped and stacked and stretch wrapped and loaded after implementing LoadProof on top of the voice system that you guys had.
Yeah, 100%. So it's their accuracy is now being measured, but now the quality of that accuracy is now being measured with LoadProof.
Ah, very interesting.
So
very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so and that's the biggest focus for me is, again, I say it, and I'm sure my employees are tired of hearing it, but it's quality, not quantity.
Yeah, absolutely. The marketplace demands it, right? It's you cannot even survive if you keep don't hit that quality consistently, the marketplace demands it. I mean, that's the nature of the game we are playing
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's even like in my own life, like my personal life. You know, I, uh, I'm loyal to brands based on things like that, you know, like
Ah,
whether it's a car
yeah,
or
absolutely.
clothing or tools or whatever it is. Like, I it's that's always been something that it's resonated with me. So it's like,
Yeah,
I think it's a good way to look at stuff.
nice,
So
nice,
that's what
nice.
I kind of like encourage my employees to kind of
Great.
have the same
Great,
mindset.
that's very insightful. You know, that's nice. Because the reason why I mentioned this voice pick, because I integrated the very first voice picking system with the WMS. Vocalect was the very first voice picking system. I did this
Okay.
in 2001 or sometime around that, and I literally saw how voice picking just improved everything from a picking efficiency perspective, and food guys were the first ones that went for it because they had that very low margin business, and they had to have a sophisticated picking system. So now you're kind of you're running voice system, and you had great accuracy, but the quality was not so great. And LoadProof coming in with that is improving both quality and accuracy. That's very fascinating for me to hear. Looks like
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Those would do great tools. I don't know. I mean, especially if you're going to have employees in the building, like
Yeah.
you've got to have a way to measure that. You
Correct.
know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
not 100% sold on robots yet, but
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
yeah, that you just got to have, and those seem to be the best tools right now. I mean, voice pick now is, um, this is the second. I don't remember what the other. I saw voice pick at another company I worked at. Um, and this is like early 2000s. I don't remember the brand, and it was still good and very helpful. But what we're using now seems pretty good. It's got photos on the handheld.
Okay.
Um, it You can ask for item validation, like item descriptions, things like that. So
Oh,
like if
okay.
we have a lot of times in a warehouse, like you're just picking brown boxes.
Correct. Correct.
You don't actually know what you're picking. So
Yeah.
like to have a label on there that has a part number, or you just have an employee that is, I I would say majority of the employees that work in my warehouse are not automotive conscious people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just a job and for them. So like they don't know what car parts are, car accessories. So like to be able to to have an item description and a UPC and all these other validations, like
Yeah.
it helps kind of paint the picture of like what they're picking.
Nice. Okay. So
Yeah.
what are if you could please list key benefits, right? What would the key benefits be? Obviously, the this number one is this unexpected collateral benefit, the quality of the work, quality of the shipments, quality of the pallets you guys ship, load. That's increased tremendously. One. What other benefits you guys are seeing?
Yeah, I think it's just it's a quality, and then like just tracking visibility
Yeah.
and just being able to what am I trying to say? It's just the ability to share the data
Okay.
is very has been very good for us. Like we've had just this past month with one customer, we were able to dispute just under $10,000
Wow.
worth of claims, and we got that back. And that's a it's a small number, but it's a good number. It's a good, like it shows it's effective.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that, it wasn't just like, and like I said, we had photos, we were taking photos before, but like it wasn't, we weren't as successful. We could have all the photos
Correct.
in the world. And
I
like
mean, many
now we've
people.
got a process, and it's,
Correct.
and then,
It doesn't
and then
scale very well when you're doing it. It works for small volume or some exception-based scenarios. It doesn't scale well for high volume shipping scenario. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So like and then just like the presentation of the information that we share with external partners, whether it be a transportation company or with our retailers, it just paints the picture that, hey, we're upping our game.
Yeah.
We want to offer that value added service or that higher level of service, and that's what differentiates us from like another company another vendor of yours.
Yeah.
And it just shows our efforts that we make. to be the best business. Yeah.
Great. Nice. So now, do you guys look at the metric at the employee level just to see, hey, is there a coaching opportunity or anything like that? So you're able to look at reports. Obviously that was not available in the previous, Google Drive-based system or whatever, right? So things like that are helpful. At scale, you can monitor it and then run it.
Yeah, for sure.
Do
I
it
mean,
better.
it's been. I mean, we have like a pretty straightforward process when it comes to expectations, and even when a new employee comes in and gets trained, like they learn, what these expectations are. But there's been each manager in each facility. We've got 5 facilities using LoadProof.
Yeah.
I can think of 3 of the 5 that I've had that same conversation with, like, hey, this has been a great coaching tool for me to like go back to an employee, and and even just give employees praise, right?
Yeah. Pat on the back.
One of my DC managers was just, I don't know what they were doing. They were digging around looking for some other information, and they just happened to see, this load that had, it was like 4 perfect pallets. Like, like the heavy product was on the bottom. Like there was no overhang. The quality of the pallet itself was an A grade pallet, and it checked all these boxes, and it was just good affirmation, or good, like, hey, we're doing the right thing. We've got employees taking the right steps to make it right. So it was just, that's been great, just like for, coaching, and just like, I guess not rewarding, but like just giving employees affirmation that they're doing the right thing.
Great.
That their efforts are being noticed.
No, it's definitely. I mean, it's it immediately improves the customer satisfaction rating and improves the customer relationship. And now we are not sitting there and fighting as to who screwed up, but now we are talking about, hey, how can I help you do more business, and how can you help me, even do support you better and things like that, right? That's the type of conversation you guys want to have with your partners, customers, vendors, everybody, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Great. So how was the rollout experience? In terms of the technical rollout, getting the system installed, and getting the app installed in the mobile devices, and that's the first part. And the second part is how long did it take people to adapt to it? Did you guys have to go through any type of change management process, or anything that you have to kind of facilitate the process so they'll adapt to it easily? How was that?
Yeah, for sure. There's always the change management piece that happens with anytime you introduce something new.
Yeah.
The process itself was super easy. Like it's an app on a tablet.
Yep.
And then it's essentially a login on a desktop.
Correct.
We did a soft launch for about a month, and then just to make sure we weren't missing anything obvious.
Yep.
And then after that, it was like, okay, this is very straightforward, like, let's roll it out. And then, you get, different, it was first the DCs, we got all the DCs on it, capturing information. Then we rolled it out at the corporate user level to customer service. And then we rolled it out, another couple weeks, we rolled it out at a corporate level for our transportation team. So, and now we're already looking at, I mentioned this earlier, we're looking at rolling, doing the same thing with manufacturing.
Great.
And then even just like we're kind of doing a soft launch on like the returns process.
Yeah.
Return is essentially the same thing as an order going out the door for us.
Yeah.
As far as the way that we can capture this information in LoadProof.
Got it.
So we've had some good opportunities to have. It sucks that like we're getting these freight claims, but I have a photo of this pallet when it left my dock, and now I have a photo of this same pallet when the carrier brought it back to me, not in the same state.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just telling that story of like, this is how we left it.
Yep.
And then this how you returned it. So it's been good. I mean, we've got. I think we're even about to update to your platinum level, just because we have so many people wanting to use it. They've heard a lot about it. We've seen some good results, like I mentioned earlier, with like disputing claims with some of our retail customers that
Yep.
we've got a lot of attention from our company. So I'm excited just to like share it because it's been easy.
Yeah.
It's been like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of, even from like an IT standpoint, like there wasn't, like we're not even involving our share drives. We're still using your
Cloud. Yeah. Yeah.
your cloud for the information at this point.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can really you can turn it on overnight. I mean,
Yeah.
quickly as if you want to buy the subscription, you can immediately start using it. Like,
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty straightforward process, which was also very attractive when we decided to move.
Great.
Go forward with that.
Great. So would you recommend, LoadProof to someone else that is in your role, someone in a similar role?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. I mean, I actually have a friend of mine that works at a brewery here in Memphis. That's where I'm located.
Okay.
And I was talking about that just because they have the same pain points. It's different product, but same challenges with carriers, with customers, even with internal employees tracking stuff. And they want to use it for gimbal walks, which is safety related inspection. And they were looking already for outbound orders of like, because they're doing truckloads of like beer essentially.
Yeah.
Just like, there's so many challenges with like in the food and beverage industry, like with temperatures and whatever. So I was just talking with them like the other day about that. Like, I mean, 100%. I mean, it's like I said, it can be used for so many different things.
Correct.
It's not just an outbound operation thing or an inbound operation. There's a lot of opportunities to apply it to different, we want to use it for, I got some feedback from an employee, like when we receive new product from our vendors and it's the first time it's been in our warehouse, like how can we document that and share that with our
correct. If you can add that to your item master, and then that is the photo that gets picked up. I mean, for the even during picking, that'll be nice. I mean, I think you guys have something called QB-scan, or you measure the length, width, and height. It could be part of that. Where along with the length, width, and height, and the weight you're capturing, you can even capture a photo and maintain for that.
For sure.
Any new item.
We've had QB-scan for a long time. We have something new now. I can't think of the name of it, but it's just a newer version of QB-scan.
Okay.
That's all. It's a new tool or whatever. But it's like we were talking about that. Even just like it's an easy. Just an easy tool to have to store the information or capture the information. It's not overcomplicated. There's not a million screens and
steps to it.
Yeah. So
great.
It's so basic that it's actually effective.
Yeah. Nice to hear that. So anything else that you want to add? Richard, anything else that we can do for you from a tool perspective? Anything? Hey, you know what? If you do this will make my life even better. Type of any enhancement or anything we can do for you guys.
I don't know. I mean, I would have, you kind of put me on the spot. I'd have to think about it.
No, that's fine. Take your time.
I was just talking with, I had a call earlier today with one of the IT guys.
Is it Juggle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Talking about our subscription.
Yeah.
And updating it to the platinum or whatever. But one thing I didn't mention earlier is like we also created. We had our IT team. So like when we ship, confirm an order, we have when we get our packing list, our bill of ladings, all of our shipping labels, we have a sheet of paper that prints out with all those shipping documents with just all the barcodes that we need to plug in the information in QB-scan. I mean not QB-scan, but in LoadProof. So like we have that as an add-on for ourselves just to make it more efficient when capturing data, and there's less room for error too.
Correct. Oh, that's so much better. Yeah. You can
type in a long pro number. You're just scanning a barcode and it populates it. I was even just like the sequence. Like I was like, hey, what would the effort be to like customize the way that the information looks on the tablet, and it was like, oh, it's already there. You just got to go to this site maintenance, and you can just drag and
Yeah,
drop. I was
you
like,
can
in
resequence
like
it
6
if you,
seconds.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah, I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
okay, perfect.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that like we think a lot of times we think of after the thought, and it seems like it already
It's already in the
exists,
system. Yeah,
which is
yeah,
really
yeah.
good. It's like you
Okay.
guys have already thought of it, so it's
Yeah, I
like
mean,
perfect.
we talk to people like yourself, and whenever they give us feedback, we incorporate it. That's all we do. So when you guys come,
Yeah.
it's already available.
It's good that you guys are listening and
On
capturing
top of,
it.
yeah, yeah. Try to stay on top of it. That's the difficult part a little
100%.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
But no,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
I'll definitely, we'll keep in touch, and I'll let you know if
Okay,
something
okay,
like a
perfect,
light
perfect.
bulb goes off. And
Nice, nice. See, we also, we are giving this load-proof viewer for free as well, right? I mean, right now, if you want to view the photos, your only option is to go into the browser and then put in the credentials and then look for it, right? Now, a mobile app is also available for that.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you
So
don't have
I
to.
download the app, and then I would
Correct.
have regular login.
Correct. You can just whatever you're doing in the browser, you can do the same thing. Download an app, and then it's called LoadProof Viewer. You can download it from the App Store.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it right now.
Yeah.
I'm
Please,
gonna
yeah,
at
go
least
for
look
it.
it
Yeah,
up later.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Can you share, or is it it's just viewing?
Yeah, you can share as well. Yeah, you can put in the email address and then share also. Yeah,
LoadProof viewer.
correct. I may have to enable that add-on for you guys. I'll ask. Yeah. Are you able to log in with the user ID and password?
Let's see. It's saying it's not
I don't.
applicable
Okay,
for
I'll make sure it gets. I'll include send an email and I'll make sure it gets included. So
Okay,
you guys
cool.
can use it. Yeah, give me like few hours, either end of day today or first thing tomorrow morning. We'll activate it for you and you guys can use it.
Sweet, appreciate it.
Awesome. I mean, thank you very much for the feedback and thank you very much for your time, Richard. I know anything else, right? If you something, hey, this will make our life easier. Please let us know. We are all ears, and we want to, add more value to you guys, right? Using our product and anything we can do that'll make your life better. We are happy to do it.
Awesome, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And thank you for the great partnership.
Yeah, for sure. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Bye.
See you.